So coming into stillness, moving onto the floor, walking your shoulder blades in towards one another. So you want a nice opening of the chest. And the hands beside the body, palms facing up, and then we're just going to stay in stillness. Connecting into the breath, feeling cool air entering, warm air exiting. Closing down the eyes, gently sealing the lips. Breathing in and out through the nose if you can. Softening the body, slowing the mind with every exhale. Easy balance session. We're going to focus on our chest and arms, shoulders. Bring some ease, balance to that particular part of our body. Setting the intention for the rest of the day. That's something you would normally do. Today's going to bring for you the energy you'll feel, type of energy you'll allow into your space. Brings every cell in the body, working towards that intention, bringing that into fruition. And coming back to the breath. Breathing rhythmically and evenly. A ratio 1-to-1, so nice even count in to an even count out. We're just going to add one more element to the breath, that's a hold. So we breathe in, then we hold for the same number of seconds, and then we exhale for the same number of seconds. Then we repeat the breath. And we're going to add one more element, that's another hold. So it's an inhale, hold, exhale, and then another hold, all with the same number of seconds. You can visualize yourself drawing a box on each part of the breath. It's drawing a side of a box, and we're closing the box in the last hold. Beautiful, slow, even breaths. Allowing the body to soften. Allowing the mind to focus on the breath. Feeling the cool sensation as the air enters the nostrils. Warm sensation as it exits. About another minute or so breathing in this way. Then what we're going to do, we're going to stay lying on the floor, just coming back to the normal breath. If you've got your legs straight, just bring your feet in, bending your knees, and then we're going to bring our soles of our feet together and then taking our knees out to the side. So we're taking our left knee out to the left, and our right knee out to the right. Bring our soles of our feet together, and at the same time, we're going to bring our arms or hands up and place your fingers behind the ears, bending our elbows, taking our elbows out to the side as well. So we've got our elbows going out to the sides, our knees going out to the side. Coming into stillness. Still focusing on breath. Another minute or so. Bringing stillness into the body, stillness to the mind. Allowing gravity to take our knees and elbows down towards the floor. Another 10 seconds. And we're going to release our hands, bring the hands to the outside of your legs, drawing your knees back in towards one another. And then we're going to lift our feet off, drawing your knees in toward your chest. So wrapping your hands around your knees. Nice big squeeze in, gently rocking from side to side. Back into the center and then allowing your feet to gently come back down the floor. And very slowly we're going to roll onto one of our sides and making our way up to a comfortable seated position. We're going to take our legs out in front and we're just going to give a little bit of a shake out. Then coming into stillness, so bringing your feet together and also coming back towards the body. Removing the flesh from underneath the sitting bones, so you're sitting directly on the floor, and then just bring your hands beside the body, fingers pointing forward, and we're going to lengthen our arms, lengthen our spine and neck at the same time as we're gazing directly forward. Staff pose, so strong arms, strong legs. Excellent. You can stay in this position, or you can release your hands, take your hands up towards the ceiling on the next inhale. Nice big breath in. And then we're going to fold forward into Pusha Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. We're going to do it 3 times. So breathing in, coming up. Nice big stretch up. Exhale, folding forward. One more time. Breathing in, coming up, connecting the movement and breath. Exhale, folding forward. And we're going to stay down here for a few breaths. Make sure the feet are flexed back towards the body. Nice relaxed shoulders and neck. Softening the body, slowing the mind. Another 10 seconds in this position. And releasing your hands, sliding your hands back along your leg as you're coming up with the in-breath. Big breath in. And then exhaling, allowing the hands to come down behind the body. You want your fingers pointing forward, your toes pointing forward. Just going to move into reverse plank. So when you're ready, you can gaze up, drawing your shoulder blades towards one another. If that's okay, you can push through your hands, lifting your bottom off the floor as your head goes back, opening and closing your mouth. So you want to feel that nice, big, beautiful stretch down the front of the body. Squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. If allow your head to gently come back. About another 10 seconds. And then exhale, releasing. And then we're going to take bending your knees, taking your knees out to one side, spinning your whole body around. Then we're going to make our way back into wide knee child's pose. Big toes touching, knees nice and wide, sliding your arms out in front. Your head comes down towards the floor. You want to feel that nice balance as you're sinking back onto your heels, as your arms are coming forward, giving that space for your chest to come down towards the floor. I'm going to breathe rhythmically in and out through the nose, checking in, make sure it's nice and even. Another 10 seconds before we move. And then breathing in, very gently coming back up again. And then we're going to bring your knees in so that underneath your hips. And we're going to take ourselves down onto our left side and having the left elbow directly underneath your shoulder, palm face flat on the floor, and then we're going to bring out, well, either going to start, we're going to move into a side push-up. So we're either going to start with our right hand on the ground as well to help with us with stability, or once you come up, you can bring it onto your waist, or you can have it straight up towards the ceiling. First, we're just going to start with our legs nice and strong and straight, stacked, feet stacked on top of one another, gazing directly forward, and then we're going to push our side of the back down towards the floor, so you might start to feel a bit of a side stretch, the underside of your back. And then you can stay in that position if you wish to, or you can push through the bottom elbow, taking your side off the floor. And this is where you can either have your hand on your waist, or you can take it straight up, right arm straight up towards the ceiling, palm facing out to the side. No matter what position we're in, we're bringing some strength to our side of our back, our obliques, our core. Another 10 seconds. You're off the floor with the hip to see if you can take it up towards the ceiling a little bit more. And exhaling, releasing back down. And we're going to spin our whole body around, so we're on the other side. First of all, we're just going to make sure our legs are straight, feet stacked on top of one another, making sure the bottom elbow is directly underneath your shoulder, with the palm facing down, and then we're going to gaze straight sideways, and then you can stay in this position, just push the side of the back down towards the floor a little bit more, or you can push through the bottom elbow, taking your hips off the floor, bring your hand onto your waist, straight up towards the ceiling. Breathing rhythmically in and out through the nose. Another 10 seconds. And exhaling, releasing. Then we're just going to spin our body around, so on our belly, uncurl your toes, and then stacking your hands underneath your chin. Resting your hands on your chin, just rocking your bottom side to side, releasing any tension in the back. And then coming into stillness, closing down the eyes. Do a little check-in with your breath, make sure it's nice and even, checking in with the body, any particular part of the body, not as released as you'd like, just going to take our attention there, sending beautiful, white, pure light energy to that part of the body. Another 10 seconds before we move. Excellent. Then bring your hands around the outside of your shoulders, curling your toes under, and then we're just going to push up using our strength of our shoulders and chest and arms coming up. And then we can keep that momentum coming up, so we're going to come all the way up to a standing position. So curling your back toes under, pushing off your front knee, coming all the way up, and bring your feet hip width apart, softening your knees and arms from side to side. Back into the center again. We're going to take our right foot forward and our left at a slight angle. And then we're going to turn our hips and shoulders to face the front leg. And then clasping your hands behind the body. And we're going to draw our hands down towards the floor as we gaze up. Big squeeze of the shoulder blades together at the back. So opening up the chest. Strong, straight legs. And then from here, you can stay in this position, or you can fold at your waist, taking your arms up towards the ceiling as your chest comes down. Feeling a stretch in the front of the legs, the front leg. Nice big opening of the chest. Stretch down the arms as well. Another 10 seconds. And then on the next in-breath, keeping your chin tucked in as we start to come up. And when we get to the top, we're going to take our gaze back up again, just draw your hands down towards the floor. And then releasing your hands. And as we turn around the other side, we're just going to give our fingers and wrists a little bit of a shake out. We will stretch them back the other way very soon. Same thing as what we did before on the other side. So we're going to face out, turning our hips and shoulders to face the front leg, clasping your hands behind the back, drawing your hands down towards the floor as you squeeze your shoulder blades together at the back as you go up. And then on the next exhale, very slowly taking your chest down towards the front leg, hands going up behind the body. Breathing rhythmically and evenly. Strong, straight legs. Another 10 seconds. And then breathing in, keeping your chin tucked in again towards your chest again, very slowly coming up on the in-breath. Take your head up and back as you take your hands down towards the floor. And then releasing, coming in, heel to toe, walk your feet in towards one another. We're going to give our whole body a little bit of a shake out. Shaking the arms, shaking the legs. your feet hip width apart. Softening your knees, taking your arms from side to side, a little bit of a reset. And then back into the center again. I'm going to take our left arm out in front and then across the body, hooking the other one into it, or under it, and then drawing left arm towards your chest, making sure your left shoulder is going down towards the floor as we gaze over that shoulder. Breathing rhythmically and evenly. And then releasing, give your arms a little bit of a shake before we move on to the other side. And then taking the right one across the body, nice and straight. Hooking the other one into it, drawing it in towards your chest as you take the shoulder away from your ears, down towards the floor, gazing over your right shoulder. Feeling the stance you've got on the floor as well, so I want to feel a nice solid grounding stance, feet connected into the floor. Gently releasing your arms and legs. Excellent. We're going to come back to down being on the floor. So we're going to take one foot out in front, bending the back knee, and very slowly lowering your back knee down. And we're going to make our way back to sitting in a diamond position. So sitting back onto your heels, knees and feet together. Make sure your spine is nice and long, shoulder blades coming towards each other at the back. And then what we're going to do is bring our hand and wrist stretch into this position while we're sitting here. So we're just going to I'll bring our hands down onto fingertips, palms facing away from us, and then just put a little gentle pressure on the fingertips. Feel that big stretch down the inside of the palm. And then you can allow your palm just to gently come down towards the floor. So you now feel the wrist stretch, the underside of the wrist. If you're not feeling anything, your palm is on the floor, you can take the hands away from the body a little bit further. And then focus on the breath. About another 10 seconds. And then gently coming back up again, releasing your hands. Give your wrists and fingers a little bit of a shake out. We're just going to bring that ease and balance into that particular part of the body. And then on the next in-breath, walking your hands out in front. Now you want your hands directly underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to make our way down to being on our belly. So keeping your elbows tucked in, a bit like a modified push-up. Very slowly, we're going to lower ourselves down using strength of our arms. And then coming up onto your elbows. You want your elbows directly underneath your shoulders, palms facing down, legs nice and strong. We're going to move into Sphinx pose. So a bit similar to Cobra, which we're going to do next. What we're going to do is gaze forward, and then you want to shift your weight forward and then pushing your hips into at the same time. So we're not actually physically moving our elbows, we're just pulling ourselves up and forward, pushing your hips in, gazing forward. We'll start to feel a nice big stretch down the front of the body, all the way from the throat, all the way down. Breathing rhythmically in and out through the nose. About 10 seconds. And exhaling, lowering your chin back down. We're going to stack our hands underneath our chin, rocking your bottom from side to side. Feeling any release in the lower part of the back. Any back compression poses like Sphinx, Cobra, starting to massage our adrenals, which is in that part of our body, using our breath as well, and we're releasing and we're balancing out our stress hormones. Feel a little bit of stress, we can always come in some of these back bends. And then what we're going to do now is move into Cobra. So on the breath in, we're going to leave our hands and elbows where they are, breathing in, coming up, similar to what we did with Sphinx, coming up and forward, pushing your hips into the floor, your legs are nice and strong and straight, gazing forward. And then exhale, very slowly lower back down again. Excellent. Now releasing your hands, bringing the hands on either side of the shoulders. We're going to move into a full Cobra now. So breathing in, same movement as we come up and forward, squeezing your shoulder blades together at the back, gazing forward. Keeping your hips on the floor. The difference between the Cobra and an upward dog. So we're keeping our hips on the floor, elbows are tucked in, and then we're going to exhale back down towards the floor again with our chin. Nice and slowly. Excellent. What we're going to do this time, we're going to come up the same movement, breathing in, coming up, straight up the middle, and then we're going to glance over your right shoulder on the exhales while we're staying up here. Then inhale back to the center, and then exhale very slowly, lower back down again. Excellent. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. So breathing in, coming up. Exhale. Gently gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Very slowly lower down. Beautiful. Now we're going to keep our hands where they are, curling your toes under, pushing up onto your hands and knees, and then we're going to make our way back into a wide knee child's pose. So bringing your toes together, big toes together, knees nice and wide, sinking back towards your heels. As your arms are coming forward out in front, allowing the chest to come down towards the floor. Breathing rhythmically and evenly in out through the nose. Allowing the body to be still. Another 10 seconds before we move. And then on the next in-breath, coming back up onto your hands and knees again, bringing your knees in again so they're underneath your waist or underneath your hips. And then we're going to walk our hands out in front and we're going to move into a half downward dog. So what we're going to do is keep your arms nice and straight so they're out a little bit further than underneath the shoulders. Keeping your arms straight and then allowing your chest to come down towards the floor and also your head. Big squeeze of the shoulder blades together at the back. Keep your arms straight if you can. So just pretend we're in the downward dog. Strong arms, beautiful side stretch at the back. Opening of the chest as the chest is coming down towards the floor. About another 10 seconds or so. And then walking the hands back on the in-breath. We're going to take our knees out to one side and spinning our whole body around. Excellent. And then we're going to move very mindfully and slowly onto our backs. So you can have your hands on your knees, off your knees, coming down to elbows, using the beautiful core strength to lower yourself down, and then bending your knees, hugging your knees in towards your chest again. Nice big squeeze in as we gently rock our knees side to side. And then back into the center again, allowing your feet to come back down the floor. very gently forming fists. We're going to place fists underneath our bottom just to tilt our pelvis forward, and then we're drawing your knees in, so lifting your feet off the floor. And then we're going to take our legs up, feet up into an inversion, flexing your toes back, feet back down towards the body, gazing directly up. Or you flex your feet back down towards the floor, the bigger the beautiful line of energy and the stretch and feel the back of your legs. About another 10 seconds. And then exhale, bring your feet back down, bending your knees, releasing the hands from underneath you, drawing your knees back in towards your chest. This time we're just going to gently do some circles with our knees one way. And circles back the other way. Back into the center again, allowing your feet to come back down the floor. We're going to move into full relaxation pose now. To keep, if you're more comfortable for you to have your legs bent with your knees coming together, that's perfect. Or otherwise, take your legs along the floor, walking your shoulder blades in towards one another, allowing the feet just to gently fall out to the side if you're lying if you've got your legs straight. Palms facing up beside the body, closing down the eyes, gently sealing your lips. Bringing the whole body into stillness. Not forcing the breath, just allowing it to flow in and out naturally. Allow our whole body to relax. Whole body is relaxed. Whole body is relaxed. Whole body is relaxed. slowly start to bring some awareness to the body, feeling the beautiful support of the floors, giving your whole body, gently wriggling your fingers and toes. You're going to start to bring some movement back into the body. Very gently on the next exhale, taking your head over to one side, so we turn your head to one side. And inhale back to the center again. Exhaling, take it over to the other side, very gently. Then inhale back to the center again. Next in-breath, we're going to float the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, float them over behind your head, stretching out your arms and legs, the whole body, beautiful body stretch. Hands one way, feet the other. And then breathing in, coming back up again with the arms, and then exhaling, lowering them back down beside the body. We're going to bend our knees again, wrapping our hands around our knees, hugging our knees in towards our chest, gently rocking from side to side. And then back to the center again, allowing your feet to come down onto the floor. And keeping your eyes closed if you can, very gently rolling onto the right hand side, slowly making your way up. Feel comfortable. Cross-legged position if you can, bringing the hands together in front of the heart, bowing your head in honor of yourself for taking out the time this morning to bring some ease and balance to the upper body. We're going to seal this session off with 3 ohms connecting us to the vibration of the universe. So exhaling all the air out of the lungs first, then a nice big inhale. Set the intentionality, bring that in the forefront of the mind and the peace you're feeling, and take those into the rest of your day. Thank you for allowing me to come into your space and be your guide this morning. Namaste. Hope you're feeling fabulous. Have a wonderful day.